Okay, let's dive in. We're tackling that brand you've probably seen all over your social feeds, Hike Footwear. Today, we're focusing specifically on their Lorax Pro Barefoot shoes.
hmm
They make some big claims, right? Improved posture, better balance, even relief from joint pain, all down to that minimalist design-wide toe box, zero-drop sole. The usual barefoot pitch.
Right, and the marketing looks really premium. You got to give
Yeah.
them that. The website's slick, professional photos, and importantly, this isn't like a complete scam. People do order, and shoes do arrive. We've definitely seen reports confirming that.
Okay.
And some buyers, especially those looking for foot pain relief, have reported some positive initial experiences.
So they exist, people get them. Step one, check.
But our mission here is to dig deeper. Does the actual quality, the substance of the shoe, and maybe the company's transparency, does it all match that high-end image they project?
Yeah, because that's where the questions started coming in from listeners. You scratch beneath that glossy surface, and what do you find? That transparency seems to be the first wobble. Scam Advisor, for instance, gives hikefootwear.com a pretty low to medium score. Not great.
Exactly, and it's fascinating why. It seems directly linked to hidden ownership details. You can't easily find out who's actually behind the company, and there's no clear, verifiable company address listed.
Okay, that sounds a bit dodgy.
Well, it's more than just a corporate detail. It becomes a real problem later on if you need to return something. It lays the groundwork for why returns can become this expensive international headache.
Right, connects the dots there. So you have this premium marketing, often a price to match, but then the feedback points towards, well, maybe not so premium quality control. Is it almost like a fast fashion model, but for something critical like footwear? Because the user reviews, say on Trustpilot and similar sites, they tell a pretty consistent story.
You really do.
Big complaints about sizing being all over the place, like not matching the charts they provide at all.
That's a major one. Inconsistent sizing is a huge red flag for online shoes. And the other part of it is the material quality itself. We looked into community discussions. Places like the Barefoot running subreddit are usually pretty insightful.
Yeah, what are they saying?
The general vibe is that, okay, the shoes technically function as shoes, but they just don't stack up against the established barefoot brands. Think like Vivo Barefoot or Zero shoes.
Sure.
Someone actually described them as basically glorified water shoes.
Oof, water shoes.
Yeah, and the conclusion was often that they're probably not worth the full price being charged, given the alternatives.
Huh. If they feel like thin water shoes, that does make you seriously question those claims about improving posture and providing long-term joint relief, doesn't it?
It really does. And look, it's important for anyone listening, maybe someone new to minimalist shoes, to remember what they are. They're supposed to be thin and flexible. That's the point.
Right. Zero drop, minimal cushion.
Exactly. They're not meant for heavy arch support or plush cushioning like traditional sneakers. They will feel different, maybe even strange at first.
Sure, there's an adaptation period.
But even seasoned barefoot shoe users, people who know what to expect, seem to find these hike shoes feel, let's say, less substantial than the brands they're used to. So if you do need structure or you're coming straight from cushioned shoes, this lack of substance is going to feel really pronounced.
And that brings us back to the sizing lottery. If you get a pair that just doesn't fit right, that hidden ownership and lack of clear address suddenly becomes your problem. Because the customer service experience, reports say it's pretty poor.
Yeah, unhelpful seems to be the word. And the return process itself is described as a significant hassle.
How so?
People report being told they have to ship the shoes back internationally, often to China, which is confusing and really expensive.
Ah.
To the point where the cost and effort basically make getting a refund not worth it for many people.
So you're stuck with shoes that don't fit or aren't what you expected?
That seems to be the risk, yeah. So putting it all together, Hike Footwear is a real company. The Lorax Pro shoes exist. People receive them. But the quality seems inconsistent. The sizing is unreliable. Customer support is lacking. And the company structure lacks transparency. It doesn't really live up to that premium marketing image.
So manage your expectations, basically.
Absolutely. If you're still curious and want to try them, our advice is simple. Treat it as a bit of a gamble, not a premium investment. And protect yourself.
Oh.
Pay using a method that offers strong buyer protection, like a credit card or PayPal, something where you can dispute the charge if things go really wrong, and just be mentally prepared for potential return hassles if the fit or quality isn't right.
Okay, so we've got the facts on the table. Inconsistent product, low transparency, high return risk. It really leaves you with a choice, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Is that potentially slightly lower price point compared to the big established barefoot brands actually worth the trade-off? Worth the risk associated with the lack of transparency and those potential quality control and return headaches? Where do you draw that line between getting a deal and taking a bad gamble, especially when it comes to something as fundamental as your foot health?